Buddha, if you hear anyone say I'm about to give you the best of anything
in 5 minutes,
just shuku Buddha.
Let's see how it does.
It's gonna change your life.
So when he says love with all your heart, I'm
like, which world are you living?
I don't know what that means.
Everyone is capable of good and bad.
Thank you. That's my point.
Yeah.
So you have to be so careful that you don't miss the right person and call them the wrong person, because you had a thing like this.
Yo, welcome to the Straight Up Talk, where we help you with some of the issues you may be having in your life. So today, I'm having some fire guests over here. Today we have Mr. Fred here. You guys saw him in the other video of masculinity and femininity. He gave out some crazy points. How you doing, Mr. Fred?
I'm doing well.
You're doing good, eh?
Yeah.
And then today we have Mr. Rohni. He's been behind the scenes. He's been behind the scenes of the videos, man. His head has been popping. Maybe have been seeing his hair. You guys have been seeing his hair somewhere, man. So, because guys, I think guys who have watched my videos know a lot about Junior over here, Fred. But could you give us like a brief synopsis, who you are, what you do?
Synopsis.
Any pressure mob. Okay. My name is Rohni. I am just a guy, just chill. Yeah. I ride motorcycles and I help Mbogo with his podcast things. Yes.
That's what we do. We're here to impact you guys like differently. So today, guys, today we are doing something different. We're not just talking. Today we are reacting to, because there are so many guys who are giving out advice over there outside on relationships and all. So today we are reacting to see whether these guys, maybe find out if they are legit or not, and just your thoughts on it. Yeah. So we'll be reacting on their video. And yeah, guys, tell us what you think about at the end of this video. And yeah, let's begin, man.
20.
And now,
Some volume.
more and more people are getting into toxic relationships. More and more people are trying to navigate this space with walls up. But I always say the same walls you have up to protect you are the
Okay, I wanted to know that.
same walls blocking your blessings. So I want to read this quote by Maya Angelou that says, "Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope."
I agree.
Okay, yeah, nothing. I have nothing.
I agree, man.
I agree as well.
Okay.
Like that's the side of love people don't talk about, which is the fighting side. We're used to like the romance, feel good. We need to be happy. Guys are not used to it. Also fights. Like there's a fight to fight. So that's true.
So what are we talking about today? I want to give you the best relationship advice ever. All right?
All right.
Advice.
First of all, you guys, what do you think about the marketing of the video?
In 5 minutes.
First of all,
Buddha, if you hear anyone say I'm about to give you the best of anything
In 5 minutes.
just shuku Buddha.
let's see how it has to say.
Is going to change your life. This advice is going to help you in your relationships and help you receive exactly what you're looking for. Now, real quick, of course, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Comment below, what's your best piece of relationship advice, all right? And be sure to share the video as well. Now, here's the reality. In love and relationships, we're all trying to figure this thing out. Well, I feel like I got it figured out, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways, listen,
Very
and
cocky.
I'm trying to help you see more clearly
Very cocky, very
how you
brave.
need to better go about your relationships and how you can more effectively approach it. The reality is there's a lot of bad information being given out there. A lot of people are leading you on the wrong path. Some of it has been your own family members, your friends, or you're letting your own past negative experiences shape your perception of love and relationships. And now, more and more people are getting into toxic relationships. More and more people are trying to navigate this space with walls up. But I always say the same walls you have up to protect you are the same walls blocking your blessings.
That's true. But I think I wouldn't say getting into toxic relationships. I mean, that's generalized. But I'd say it's more of, in the modern age, people have toxic expectations.
Okay. You mean what? You mean like money or
whatever.
everything?
Like people have expectations that are. It's almost like you don't even know what when something is good.
Okay.
Things that are good are looking like they are bad. Things that are bad are looking like they are good.
Do you think that's the case because their love is godless?
That's true also. In fact, what I've said is probably in the Bible. Right?
Yeah, but as in
Without knowing.
I quote the Bible.
Like, yeah, but it's true. Even if you remove the Bible, that's a true statement. Like, there's such a push to make, like, to question toxic things and be like, but why is it like that? Why must it be like that? Why is it a problem if that's happening? It's like, people know why it's a problem. But I think it's just because it's so hard to, it's really hard, man. Like, it's not an easy thing. Like, relationships, it's really not an easy thing.
Yeah.
But so people come with toxic expectations
Okay.
of yourself and of that person. But mostly of that person, you'll find even. People don't have expectations of themselves. They always expect to be happy, and then they expect that other person, consciously or subconsciously, they expect that other person to be fully or for the most part responsible for that happiness.
Okay. Toxic here means like just bad.
Yeah, maybe toxic is not the right word, but
Because
like
I
just
mean, this thing of toxic, I don't know. I don't believe in.
even me, I don't like the word toxic so
Like
much.
toxic is
Because
just
that's been overused.
yeah.
That's again like the modern society. You don't even words are losing meaning even.
that's true.
Yeah, for
Everything is being used
sure.
casually.
Yeah. What I actually agree with this guy before he continues is that Kwanzaa when he's spoken about bad advice, I think in the internet today, there's advice for fornicating. Yani everything has advice, like anything you want.
Anything you want.
Anything
yeah.
you want, like even if it's good or bad, there's advice for it. There's like you're you, and the other people like you, so you can go.
You just it's like Google is like an I'm right.com.
Yeah, I'm right. Like
I'm
what
right. So you
feeling,
go,
the other
it will find whatever you're looking for.
yeah,
Not the right information.
not the right.
But it will find whatever. Like if you go and type how to be a player, like you'll find that. You go and type how to be a godly, you'll find that.
How to have a
How
good
to-
relationship.
yeah.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, how to get someone back, but like in a
In a toxic way.
like not that you'll get that, and how to get someone back in the right way,
How
you'll
to make
get
your
that.
ex jealous, things like that. Everything is there.
That stuff is everywhere, man.
So man.
Everywhere.
Reality is this: you cannot fully give love and receive love with walls up. You're hindering the flow of love in and out of you because you're holding on to fear. You're holding on to anxiety. You keep replaying what you've been through rather than resolving and healing from it. That's not going to work. You've got to let it go. You've got to be willing to be fully vulnerable if you want to receive love. So
Yo, me first of all, I'm thinking that this whole thing of I got advice from. I'm hearing what he's saying. I agree with him about like sometimes being vulnerable. But there's someone old. I won't mention his name because, but there's someone old. One of our relatives, but he's really old. He told me that for his marriage, this whole time, the reason why he's able to stay happy is because he doesn't give out all of him. Like he leaves some for himself. You see? So I asked him advice. I said, why you don't look like anything stresses you? Like, yo, because young guys, he was telling me, because young guys right now, they give out so much and leave nothing remained, that's why they decide to commit suicide and such and that, whatever. So from that thing, I'm really a bit skeptical about the thing of giving out your all. You can't just continue.
I don't know. No, because you see, for me, every time we talk about love, I can't help but use the Bible's definition of
Me too,
love.
man.
And there's
Like-
no way that definition says give 99%.
Yeah.
It says give 100.
Yeah.
Give 100 of patience. Give 100 of forgiveness.
Yeah.
Give 100 of not recording wrongs.
Yeah.
Give 100 of everything. So I get his point for being vulnerable. I get your point of not giving everything. But if I had to choose, I'd just choose with giving everything, man.
Oh.
Give everything and then you just pray.
But I think if I can reward what you, maybe you tell me if I'm wrong. I think what you're trying to say is, because where I would agree with you is context is important. you don't give your all to just anyone and everyone. That's like you have to draw the line somewhere. There are things, and you have to be very meticulous about it. You don't do it with everyone. Because if you're, that's also why it's screwed. See what he's saying? If you want to receive love, you have to be fully vulnerable. I'm like, you're supposed to be able to give love because you want to give love. You know, like,
and I think also
that's what I'm saying. The expectations. Expectations are what are screwed.
Yeah.
Where it's like almost like you're doing it so that you can receive. Now, that's the part I have a problem with giving your all, because you're giving it not from a place of
self-love.
Yeah, or from a place where
Abundance.
unajijaza mahali pengine.
Yeah.
You're giving it so it can be reciprocated. What happens when it's not reciprocated exactly the way you want?
Yeah.
Because there's no 50-50.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's 100-100. And even that 100-100, it won't be 100-100 all the time. There'll always be someone that's giving more at any given time.
That's
because there's someone that's going to be struggling with something. You know?
Yeah.
So, like he said, you even can't give those values half. Like, you can't be half patient. You're either patient or you're impatient.
Impatient, yeah.
You're either kind or you're not kind.
Yeah.
There's no way to even do it halfway.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not kindness then. Like, it's look for another word or something. So, ma'am, what everything he's saying is correct, but it's not. Let me not say it's not. I would add that it needs to be in the right context.
That's for sure.
Like, all this stuff, you need to have the right context, man. Who are you doing that with? Somebody you've committed to, somebody who's committed to you also.
And also the one you've said, are you coming from a place whereby you don't have love? You know, because to give out love, you need the love needs to be there already.
That's true. That's true.
It has come from inside.
That's true.
It's
But
not
also you meet people in different stages.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
that's why I was saying the expectations again. You can meet someone who maybe their situation at home, there's no space to have that. So that's why, like, definition of love of the Bible, that's why it's like that. Like, it's designed that you can't hype it, Mazi. Like, you're either that or you're not. There's no room. There's no even a romance there.
Yeah.
There's no why, because it's fleeting. Like, everything, that definition of the Bible is values. It's not feelings or emotions. It's values. Because you can be kind and be feeling bad.
Very true.
You can be kind if you can be patient and frustrated. That's the time to be patient. Like when you're frustrated about something. But romantic, you can't be romantic and you're feeling bad. So if you're relying on romance, that means if you're relying on feeling good, that's there, which is most
millennials.
modern relationships.
Most millennials.
Most millennials.
Now we'll go.
Like, they put happiness, and I'm not
such
saying it's
a
bad,
huge thing.
but they put it like it's a value.
Yeah.
But it's so ambiguous, man. Like, happiness is so ambiguous.
Because emotions, you'll always have sad and good.
Emotions
That's
change
part of
every
life.
5 seconds,
Yeah.
man. Every 5 seconds, your
You
emotions
get
change.
disappointed, and that's the excitement also of life.
Yeah.
So now, if you're basing your relationship on just the
Just
feeling,
that.
just the feeling,
Like, I'm not happy. Therefore,
I meet so many
Bro.
people, man.
it's going to be hard.
I'm not in
Because
this relationship because I'm not happy. You're like,
yeah, it's going to be hard.
you're
man.
like, what?
It's going to be hard.
As happiness becomes,
And I'm not saying you need to ignore it.
Yeah.
You need to address it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if that's your main, like, that's at one of your values.
it's like how,
Yeah, it needs to make me happy.
yeah.
First of all, that's so general. Like, how?
How is it the relationship? Is it
Like, yeah,
the job that you do? Is it
is it how he sounds? And then what happens the day when, it's your turn to make him happy? Because there's going to be a time where he has choked.
Yeah.
Okay, now. So now both of you are waiting.
Yeah. Who will give
He's not
all
made
that?
me happy. I've not made her happy. Who's going to meet him first?
Who's going to? Oh shit.
And guess what? There's always someone out there to give you happiness.
That is true.
There's always someone.
Enjoyment. So let's continue.
This brings me to what exactly is the best piece of relationship advice ever. And that's to love with all your heart and hold nothing back. Now, for some of you might be thinking, oh, hell no, because last time I tried that, it got me hurt. Let me explain something to you. Loving with all your heart isn't what got you hurt. Dealing with the wrong person is what got you hurt. Trying to be in a relationship before you or them were truly ready is what got you hurt. But letting the love
I've asked my friends. I've asked my friends in the past, what? Not even loving with all your heart. Like, what does it look like when you do something, when you do anything with all your heart? What does that look like?
It goes two ways.
What does that look
Either
like?
it goes nice or bad.
No.
But what does it look like?
Yeah, what does it look like? That's not the question.
Or from you.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, you tell me if you play ball.
Yeah.
So what does it look like when someone plays ball with all their heart? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Like they're giving out their all, holding nothing back, no regrets. And with time they become better with time. Someone who gives out all, even if they're not so good now.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I
No,
actually
like
have no-
like really think about it
I
and be
actually
like,
have.
what does that mean? Because you see,
Yeah.
I can do all those things, but I'm not doing it with all my heart.
It's very possible. Yeah.
It's possible for
Very
me to do all those things you've listed in
Half-heartedly.
football,
Yeah.
but I'm not doing it with all my heart. So what
Yeah.
what really? I don't have an answer.
Even me don't have an
I don't have an answer. So when he says love with all your heart, I'm
like, which world are you living
I don't know what
in?
that means.
Oh.
I don't know what that means
Yeah,
because I've not seen how.
Yeah,
the
even I
only
don't know what
person,
that-
because I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I don't mean to make your podcast religious,
Yeah.
but that's the only person I've read about who's done something with all his heart. The guys who are crucifying him, he's still
Bro.
laughing on them. Yani, he's be like, God, yani, just forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. Now wanamtandika. But anyway, I don't know what loving with all your heart means. I don't know. Maybe mnaweza niambia.
I think it's I think what I felt a bit weird was when he said the problem is you're dealing with the wrong people. Now that's true. That's a point. But the problem, that thing is used a lot. Okay? It's used so much in the sense that as soon as someone makes a mistake that you didn't like, suddenly they're the wrong person. And the reason I have a problem with that is everybody is the wrong person at something. Like there's nobody that's the right person fully. You know, like there's different types of people. I think there's the right values. I wouldn't go to person. Like I'd go. Bro, every time someone does something wrong doesn't mean they're the wrong person. It means they did something wrong. You have to assess and find out why did they do that thing wrong. What was the context? How are they feeling about it? Because my guy, if we all went on, you need to stay with the right guy or leave, you'd not be interacting with anyone.
Yeah. Because everyone is capable of good and bad.
Thank you. That's my point.
Yeah.
So you have to be so careful that you don't miss the right person and call them the wrong person. Because you had a thing like this, because maybe you gave them everything and they kanyagad you. Like, you have to chambua more. You can't just be like, oh, wrong person. It's like, First of all, I think a wrong person is very clear. And that's why there's so many people in toxic relationships. Toxic relationships. That's why people stay. Because they've seen another side that was before. Like they've seen potential and they are holding out hope. Although it's a bad thing, yeah, but it's not something to just be like, you're with the wrong person. I would only say you're with the wrong person if your values are not aligned. Like you guys, your values. That's what I would say is the wrong person.
Yeah.
Is when you guys are, your values are just different.
Yeah.
Yes, your values are different. You believe in going out and it's never a problem ever. And I'm like the complete opposite. None of you is wrong or right. Depends on what the context is. But just know you can't be together for long.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult. And some people will be like, yeah, my uncle. Bro, don't even ask them.
Okay.
Ask them. Anybody can look good.
So me, what I think I agree with you on the point that when guys think of just the person being the wrong person, you don't tend to look at yourself. Because
You've said it
also,
better than me.
because also
Yeah.
there's also a part that you play. I normally these days I didn't used to think like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been watching some things and learning some things that you need to also see what part you're playing to be even toxic. When someone is toxic or you're saying someone you're in a toxic relationship, most of the time you're also playing a role in that toxic relationship. There's something you're feeding in that. So when guys think of that, you think of yourself as this supreme higher being that
That stuff is just happening to
that
you.
stuff you're just
Yeah,
negative
stuff is
stuff is
happening to
happening
you.
to you.
Yeah.
So you're not looking at yeah.
The world is happening to you,
Yeah.
and you're just an innocent bystander,
yeah,
minding your own business,
yeah.
and suddenly, like, people need to understand you're not a good person.
You're not.
We are capable of
Yeah,
good
you're
and
not a
bad,
good person.
man.
Like, you're at your core.
Yeah.
That's a unpopular opinion,
That's
but
true.
you're not.
That's
we choose
true.
just to be good.
We
I think that's
it's because
Yeah.
when you're not in which is a good thing. We're not in a place where you're scrutinized meticulously.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is what evidence of why we are also not good people. Notice how much of a fuss is made when someone does one kind thing. Like, you give to the poor ones, how do you feel? Wow, so great.
Yeah.
And people can even praise you.
Mm.
But people are also so quick to understand you when you do something wrong. Why? Because we all know our proclivity to negative stuff.
Mm.
We just have it. Forget even the spiritual thing. You yourself, you just know.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, nah, but I don't steal. Okay, but there's somewhere else that where you're struggling.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that's why there's that everything he's saying, I feel like it's very basic, which you can't blame him. He's doing his job, man. There's another level of, okay, now we're no longer dating. Everything he's saying is for dating. Because that's when you're like, wrong person. Okay, now you found the person. Now you're going into levels of finding out this person's issues.
Mm.
You're going to start seeing, Ujama, where does he sin? Where does he, if you don't like the word sin, where does he do wrong things? Where is the part ameshikwa hivi na hii dunia? And everybody has it.
Everyone has it.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Like
So if you find it and you start acting as the wrong person,
it's
and
different.
even you have it,
Yeah.